Call Rick at Vintage Lending. Where else are you going to go? 16 years experience. Call Rick, 801-809-SAVE or loansbyrick.com.
All right. Is this sponsored?
Yes, Things That Must Go. Brought to you by $500 off furnace and air conditioner replacement. That's a hail of a deal. Get comfortable. Stay comfortable with Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Call 801-264-HAIL.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hale Show.
Things that are bugging you, things that you can't stand anymore, please get them out of my life, you think. Maybe if you write your things that must go down on an email and send it to us and we read it on the radio, it'll help. Maybe they'll disappear, or maybe it'll just make you feel better. I'll begin today. I got a couple of my own. I think I've mentioned these before, but baby, I don't want to eat baby anything. I don't want to eat
carrots?
baby lettuce, baby carrots.
Oh, baby lettuces are great.
I don't want to eat baby arugula, baby romaine.
Why not?
Because it has the word baby in it.
Well, but
I don't want to eat it.
Tender.
Okay, tender romaine, new romaine, fresh. I don't want to eat anything that has the word baby in it. Well, maybe a Baby Ruth candy bar, but that'd be about it. And then I still don't get this. I'm listening a couple of days ago to a guy on KSL interviewing Jim DeBacchus.
Mm-hmm.
DeBacchus.
He's
Jim
been around a long
DeBacchus.
time.
Yes.
And he continually says DeBacchus.
It's not his name.
Well, we're talking with Jim DeBacchus.
And
Why
Jim's-
do they do this?
And Jim's too nice to say it's DeBacchus.
Yeah, I mean, I
'Cause
guess
that's how he says his name.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's no point in him correcting the guy. But the guy is a newspaper man. He's an editor at a major newspaper.
I don't know.
Jim DeBacchus. And I've heard other people do that too. And I just
All right.
Anyway, this one from Please Don't Use My Name. Just a few things that must go. My husband's grandmother bringing up politics in the middle of family scripture study.
Ugh.
And then she mentions the grandmother's name, so I won't do
Don't,
that.
yeah.
Granny, there is a time and place, and scripture study is not the time or place. Plus, it's rude and embarrassing to single me out and call me misguided to my face for being a liberal. That brings up another thing that must go. When people start saying, not to offend you, or don't take this the wrong way, but, and then proceed to insult you in your beliefs in some way. Saying those things don't instantly absolve you or make you say, okay. Finally, my brother-in-law coming downstairs as I'm getting out of the shower.
Wow.
Flashing my husband's returned missionary brother is the last thing I ever want to do. Please take away this mortifying memory and never let it happen again. Thank you so much. This one, hello. My thing that must go are broken ice machines that don't make any more ice. How am I supposed to cool my drink in the hot summer? And this one... Please don't use my name. Things that must go. Over-reliance on the computerized world. I was traveling out of the country and had just arrived at an international airport to return to the USA. The airline printed my boarding pass but neglected to realize that the computer had inadvertently printed my title, Ms., in the middle name section of the ticket. This caused my ticket to appear as though my name was Jane Sally Ms. Doe. Of course, this did not match my passport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Instead of just reprinting my ticket at the desk, the agent just sort of shrugged and said, I'll have to call United's customer service head office to fix the problem. Subsequently, I endured 4 hours of back and forth nonsense, which caused me to miss my flight and also my connecting flight. And the resolution was they reprinted my ticket at the desk.
And took way longer than it needed.
All right. Gary?
Jeez. Well, the first one's just a little peek into the trials and tribulations that are my wife and I.
You do this every week, and it's bringing me down,
I'm
man.
sorry. It's just, but things that must go. Suzanne, my wife, found a thermos that she really likes.
Yeah.
And we have to share the ice. And the ice machine, it's not making enough ice fast enough.
Yeah, that poor woman.
Because we both love cold water, and so
You guys have
we don't have enough ice.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Okay.
rough go.
Yeah.
Also, you know that loose string on your clothes? You pull it and it starts to unravel
Yeah.
everything? Oh, it's just the worst. All right, let's get on to this one from... it does not say that I can use the name, so I'm not going to. Good morning, lords and lady. My thing that must go is the apparent sofa sale that resulted in every neighborhood throughout our city throwing out their old sofas at the curb. Oh, you put a free sign on it. Great. I'll take that couch now that it's been sitting outside the past few weeks, rained on, peed on, etc.
Gross.
Stop holding out hope that someone is going to take it. Just find somewhere to donate or a service that picks them up, something. Lastly, thing that must go, Bill tearing up at the mixer. I was uncomfortable, and I felt like my father was crying. I almost panicked and pulled the fire alarm because I was several drinks in.
Sorry.
Thanks for letting me listen.
There were the feels at the,
Yes.
at the mixer.
I forgot that. What did I tear up about? I don't even remember.
Well, if we get the podcast
Yeah, if
posted,
we ever get it posted, we'll find
we
out.
can listen.
I've been promised it will be up today. This one from Easy Milo.
Easy, Milo.
I'm tired of idiot drivers. I'm a truck driver, and by law, I'm supposed to be the one in the farthest right lane, and I'm only allowed to go 65 miles an hour. It's annoying when people are merging on the freeway from the right and don't pay attention to the highway and speed up to the speed of the freeway late. They decide to catch up to the speed late, and then they end up in the emergency lane or get mad at me because I can't give them a chance to merge. They didn't take their chance to speed up and merge on the freeway. I'm pulling 80,000 pounds of weight, and non-commercial vehicles can speed up faster than I can. I'm not allowed to slow down or stop because traffic behind me will hit my trailer. That would be my fault. People, pay attention and put your phone down. Speed up to pace on the not on the freeway, but on the ramp.
Yeah.
That's what it's for. You're supposed to get up to speed on the ramp so that you hit the freeway at speed. All right. Thank you, Milo. This one from Biff. List of gym-related things that must go. People who talk on their phone while on the treadmill. This is especially bad when I can hear you over the music in my headphones. There are multiple signs in the gym asking you to please take cell phone calls in the lobby. I really don't care about your family drama or your hot stock tip. I'm just trying to get my cardio in. People who hog machines. There are only a couple of the shoulder presses, and I just want to get one set in, but I can't because you've been sitting on it for at least 20 minutes. I understand you want to do multiple sets, but maybe think about going to another machine for a minute so everyone else can get theirs in. And finally, gym bros with short guy syndrome. We all know the type. They're 5'7" or under. So they have to compensate by doing max reps and mad dogging everyone else in the gym, bro. I don't care how much you can bench, man. I just want to get my workout in. Thanks, Biff.
Gina?
Greetings and salutations, lords and lady, longtime listener, first-time things that must goer. My wife's car troubles must go. She bought it in April, and after new brakes, suspension, radiator, most recently transmission, we now suspect the steering needs work done. I think you should have taken it to our friends at Excel Automotive Repair before you bought it. That's just a suggestion. Many thanks, Michael. He also says, also my company dragging their feet, not giving me my bonus check. Please work your magic for me. Give Mike his bonus. This from Please Don't Use My Name. Thank you for letting me listen, and y'all make my day brighter with your humor and intelligent commentary daily. It is my hope to meet you all someday. I'm a 40-something married mother of 4-year-old boy and girl twins, and here are some twin things that must go. People telling me I look tired.
Oh.
Yes, I'm tired. I'm raising twins. I haven't had a decent night's sleep since before I was pregnant. I'll most likely never have a decent night's sleep again because I'm a parent and I will always be concerned about their welfare even when they're adults. Saying something like that automatically puts you in the douchebag category, and I am fantasizing about throat punching you. Also the comment, you must have your hands full. Yes, I do. People having the gall to ask me if my twins are, quote, natural. Well, they're not robots. I believe the proper term would be spontaneous, and it's none of your hugging business. People stating that they too know someone who has a multiple. I find this information isn't useful or informative to my survival as a mother of multiples. Wrangling my toddlers in the parking lot or grocery store is not the best time to have this discussion with me, especially when my kids are having an epic meltdown because I took too long running my errands. I know for the most part these intentions of these questions or comments are innocent merely for conversation, but they're bothersome to me and other parents of multiples. Please use your influence to spread awareness. I would greatly appreciate it. Finally, this. Good morning, lords and lady. My thing that must go is going through the drive-thru and the worker hands me a drink of soda with it running down the sides and spilling over the lid. Can't you see this as you're handing me the drink? Believe it or not, I don't enjoy having sticky drink spilled inside my car on a regular basis. Thank you for letting me listen to your quality programming for the past 18 years.
Quality.
Thank you for making everything I hate disappear. Carrie Geek Show says, hey, Bill, make mine a double. And Gina, you just keep being you.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Some problems for Frontrunner passengers in northern Utah. The southbound Frontrunner train not able to stop at stations from Roy to the NT station. I'm not sure where the NT station is, but they're having door issues, so you can't get on the train. Lots of issues northbound 5600 west from 27 south to 8 south. 5600 west is closed both directions at 8 south. Crash northbound I-15 32nd south in Salt Lake. Also a crash northbound I-15 115th south in Draper. That's traffic.
All right, thank you very much. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Round one of your boners coming up. Stand by. SaltLakeFilmSociety.org or
Yes.
SLFS.org is
Yes.
a quick website.
The Salt Lake Film Society is really a great arts institution here in the Valley. We're lucky to have them.
And we're going to, Sean's going to be reviewing some movies today. Honeyland and Mike Wallace is here.
Oh, I'm interested
They'll
in
be playing.
Honeyland. That's a very fascinating. It looks like a fascinating documentary, and that's where you'll find it is at the Broadway or the Tower Theater, which is over in the 9th and 9th District. You can find out all the films that are playing at Salt Lake Film Society by going to that website that Carrie mentioned, SLFS, as in Salt Lake Film Society.org. And also join the Red Carpet Club. It's
There
a
are
way,
benefits.
Yeah, it's a way for you to support the Film Institute, the Salt Lake Film Society, and that's really a nice thing to do. They depend on that even more than they depend on the box office. So go to slfs.org.
Gina Barberi, Radio from Hell on X96.
All right. 7:06.
Pretty excited. I got a free gift in the mail. It says participation gift enclosed. Do not bend. And of course, to get it into my mailbox, they bent it.
Yeah.
The postal carrier. But it's the 2019 Utah Tree Survey.
A tree, sir. I like trees.
Ralph Allred, you've been selected as part of a representative sampling of Utah residents to participate in this year's tree survey. To thank you for your input, I've enclosed an offer for four free gifts and 2 bonus gifts. Oh, 6 gifts in all.
Wow.
And then it says, please return your questionnaire by September 15th, 2019. Participant number UT00554. And I haven't opened it yet because I was so excited I wanted to share it with you guys. So I'm just opening it now. And I'm smelling
Yeah, it's an
advertising gimmick. But let's see.
thing.
Maybe not. Arbor Day Foundation,
Okay.
Utah Tree Survey, Dear Ralph.
Dear Ralph.
It's my legal name. You may be wondering why what you think about trees is important.
Okay.
The answer is that, and I'm emphasizing what's underlined. The answer is that trees are important.
Oh.
And our job at the Arbor Day Foundation is to make sure that people and across the country, people in Utah and across the country know that trees are important. But we can't try to change the way people think about trees until we know what they think about them and why.
Well, I can't name how many people hate trees.
Tree hater, because there's the tree huggers, and then there's the tree hater.
I don't know anybody who hates trees.
So it's an official Arbor Day Foundation questionnaire, and it's set up like a, this is quite a lengthy letter. It's set up like a ballot,
Okay.
like an election ballot,
Okay.
kind of. And there are questions. Please describe the immediate area where you live. Have you ever climbed a tree?
This is not a real.
I think if you put yes,
They want a donation.
I think if you put yes, they won't take you because that's not nice to do to a tree, to climb it.
Have you ever?
When you were a child, did you ever play under or amongst trees?
What?
Did you ever collect leaves or acorns or pine cones for a school project? Did you ever relax in the shade of a tree? Yes or no?
Has a tree ever given you anything?
I hate that story.
Have you
That is
ever-
the worst story.
Have you ever talked to a tree?
This is a stupid thing.
They want a donation.
I don't know what their goal is.
They
What's their
want a
goal?
donation.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure. So
Awareness of trees. All right.
So here's my gifts. Please accept this set of personalized correspondence labels. So they're return address.
The return address labels.
Yeah, with little acorns and flowers on them. So that's one of my free gifts. Let's see. Oh, here's another free gift. It's a Candy 2020 calendar that's on one page.
Okay.
Okay, that's kind of handy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It's got your name on it at the top.
all red.
Yep.
That's my calendar, and then I can send in with a donation
There you go.
for some other free gifts. Well, no, it says we would like a donation, but you don't have to send one to get these gifts. A year's supply of Arbor Day coffee. It's coffee made from trees, you know. And and 10 free trees selected especially for your area with your contribution to the Arbor Day Foundation.
Sure.
Now, the
Now,
the Arbor Day Foundation, that's got to be.
it's okay. I've
Is
actually
it a real?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
And I've done Arbor Day. I used to participate every year in an Arbor Day tree planting up in Ogden at the Nature Center, and it was kind of nice because what they would plant every year they would plant a tree, and I think Arbor Day's in April, as I recall, and they would plant a new tree at the Nature Center, but they take the name of someone who was important to the Nature Center and put it in a capsule, and then put it in with the roots of the tree,
Now,
which I always thought was kind of a nice.
my daughter, she's trying to think of a charity that she's coming up with and going to spearhead.
Yes.
And she had this idea, and we're trying to figure out how to do it, how to make it a requirement of graduation in Utah that you have to plant a tree for every year you're in high school. So once a year, all
You plant like a total of 4
everybody that graduates high school plants a total of 4 trees.
Because they count 9th grade as high school now, right?
Yeah, and because if it were a requirement of graduation, you have to plant a tree. I think it's a great idea.
And you should have to take a loyalty oath and a citizenship test and plant a damn tree and
plant a
serve
tree.
2 years in the military.
Now, does the tree, what's it called again? The Arbor Day Foundation?
Arbor Day Foundation.
They do realize that they're killing trees to let you know about
All
trees.
this paper, yeah. Now, I wonder if there's some.
There's tons of paper there.
My
Plus,
guess-
that calendar is on paper.
My guess that there's something on here which will say this is printed on recyclable paper. Recycled paper. So here's a catch for you though.
All right.
It says, get a free year's supply of Arbor Day coffee for free by filling out this questionnaire and sending it back in. So it doesn't say you need to send in a donation. So you think, well, how can they possibly do that? And they say it's 1 bag of coffee per month of really great Arbor Day coffee.
All right.
Well, here's how they get around sending out too many of these. Just for being one of the first 50 survey respondents.
Oh, you weren't one of the 50.
I'm sure I wasn't, or wouldn't be, one of the first 50.
I see. There you go.
So they're doing 50 of them.
Southbound Frontrunner train not able to stop at stations from Roy to North Temple. Alert friend of the program told me NT, that's what that stands for. I don't know why I couldn't figure that out, but they're having door issues. Big issues northbound 5600 West from 27 South to 8 South. 5600 West is closed both directions at 8 South. Crash northbound I-15 32nd South in South Salt Lake. Crash northbound I-15 115th South in Draper. And it's stage 2 of the Tour of Utah, Brigham City to Powder Mountain. Go to tourofutah.com to see the map and the times that the tour will be headed through that area, if it might be affecting your commute through there. That's traffic.
All right. Thank you very much.
Got to figure out where to put my calendar.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
What?
I forgot to do our giveaway.
Well,
here.
we're about to talk about Snowbird,
Okay,
so go ahead.
we'll make it a part of it. How about that?
Let me tell you the boner candidates coming up here. Here we go for round 1. Boner candidate number 1, Weed Eater. I was the drummer for Weed Eater. Boner candidate number 2, give us your poor, your tired, your hungry Europeans only. And boner candidate number 3, listen, the helter-skelter in our cathedral is not a gimmick.
All right, it's Boners Round 1, Big Boy News, Opinioendo, all coming up after these.
X96 is stoked about all the events going on at Snowbird because at Snowbird there's no off-season, no better place to plan a quick Oktoberfest weekend escape. Go to snowbird.com to book your stay. Also, we have a chance for you to win passes to the Oktoberfest celebrations happening at Snowbird. You can listen all week long for your chance to win. There are details at x96.com. I'm going to give you a keyword, and you'll text it to 33986 for your chance to win. The keyword is bananas, BANANAS.
Well, that's your chance to win. If you want one of those weekend getaways for Oktoberfest, you can get it for $126 per person per night. That's lodging, breakfast, and unlimited use of the summer activities. Visit snowbird.com for details on that.
Now, does Oktoberfest start this weekend?
This weekend, yeah.
Wow.
And it goes throughout the month and into Into October, right? And then season passes are on sale. Don't forget that. Purchased by September 13th for the best price. Snowbird has the longest ski season in Utah, so go to snowbird.com for that.
This Friday, August 16th, Radio from Hell will
877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
And you will need that info to vote for round one of your boners happening right now. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, funny human behavior. Boner means mistake. You will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. Yeah, where have you been? We've been doing this different for quite a while now.
Where have you
Are you still on the radio? This is round one. If it wins here, it goes forward to boner fight. And then we'll do this again at 8:20 with 3 more stories, 3 more candidates. We'll pick a champion there, and we'll take both of those champions and stick them into boner fight at 9:20 this morning is when you'll decide boner of the day. So right now you're picking the champion of round one. Here we go. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive
tickets to see UB40 at the DeJoria Center August 23rd? You can get tickets at smithdix.com.
Boner candidate number 1, Weed Eater. I was the drummer for Weed Eater. Unfortunately, that didn't matter, and marriages don't always work out either. Whether you're bitter at your spouse for deciding to untie the knot or you're trying to devise a way to rekindle the romance, and you realize that you're a washed-out drummer for a band that never made it, attempting to poison your spouse with street drugs just is not cool. Original Weed Eater drummer Michael Keith Kirkham allegedly spiked his wife's rum with meth, and he ended up in handcuffs for it. North Carolina's WECT News first reported on the incident, sharing the former drummer's mugshot along with details of the story. If you look at his mugshot, x96.com/live, he looks like the former drummer for Weed Eater.
Former, that means somebody else got that job
Yeah.
after he...
Yeah, and they're still playing bars around North Carolina, rather. So, according to the report, she took a drink of the rum that had meth in it, and it had an odd, bitter taste, and then she said, I wasn't able to sleep for 2 days after that. She went to the emergency room and tested positive for methamphetamine. Mr. Kirkham's wife told deputies that she had recently told him, you're the former drummer for Weed Eater, and so I'm getting a divorce. When authorities went to Kirkham's home to question him on the matter, the 47-year-old man answered the door with a gun and said, don't you know who I am? I'm the former drummer for Weed Eater. I'm making some of this up. The bottle of rum tested positive for meth. Boner candidate number 1, Weed Eater. I was the drummer for Weed Eater. There's boner candidate number 2. Give us your tired, your poor, your hungry Europeans only. A top Trump administration official said Tuesday that the famous inscription on the Statue of Liberty, a poem written by Emma Lazarus, welcoming immigrants into the country, is, quote, about people coming from Europe. And that America is looking to receive migrants who can stand on their own 2 feet.
All Europeans come standing on their own 2
The
feet.
comments from Ken Cuccinelli, the acting director of U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, came a day after the Trump administration announced that it would seek to deny green cards to migrants who want Medicaid, food stamps, housing vouchers, or other forms of public assistance.
Tell me again how
The
this
move-
administration isn't racist.
The move and Cuccinelli's defense prompted an outcry from Democrats and immigration advocates who said the policy would favor wealthier immigrants and disadvantage those from poorer countries in Latin America and Africa. You know, brown and black people.
Yep.
This administration has finally admitted what we've known all along. They think the Statue of Liberty only applies to white people, tweeted former Texas Representative Beto O'Rourke. The administration proposed a policy shift comes as Donald Trump's leaning more heavily into the restrictive immigration policies that have energized his core. Cuccinelli, the head of Immigration and Naturalization, said in an interview with CNN on Tuesday night that the Emma Lazarus poem on the pedestal of the Statue of Liberty referred to people coming from Europe, where they had class-based societies and where people were considered wretched if they weren't in the right class. Lazarus's poem, written in 1883 to raise money to construct the Statue of Liberty's pedestal and cast in bronze beneath the monument in 1903, served as a beacon to millions of immigrants who had passed as they first entered the U.S. in New York Harbor. And it simply reads, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore." It doesn't say anything about Europeans.
Nothing. Only a racist would interpret it that way.
Cuccinelli said on Tuesday on NPR, he was asked whether the words "give me your tired, your poor" were part of the American ethos, and he responded, well, so they certainly are. Give me your tired and your poor, who can stand on their own 2 feet and who will not become a public charge.
No.
It doesn't say that.
It specifically says poor.
And wretched.
I mean, I don't know how you twist this.
And we're not making this up. You can hang people with their own words.
Mm-hmm.
There is no other way to interpret it when he says that was meant for Europeans.
I don't think it's fair.
Racist.
I don't think it's fair to have the American taxpayer paying for people to come into the United States. I think we're doing it right.
They're literally falling for all of the advertising that this country has been doing all these years. Streets paved with gold. Come here and make something of yourself. The American dream. We've been saying it for years. They're just doing what we told them to do.
Carrie, we have our cabin in the woods. We don't want anybody else to come and build a cabin in the woods.
Oh, this
Boner candidate number 2. Give us your poor, your tired, you're hungry, Europeans only.
So frustrating.
Coming up in a
Racist.
moment, boner candidate number 3. This is pretty good. The helter-skelter in our cathedral is not a gimmick.
All right, we'll get to candidate number 3 for round 1 right after these big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
Feldman's Deli on 20th East and 27th South, Utah's only authentic Jewish deli, now serving breakfast and lunch Tuesdays through Saturdays, dinner Thursdays through Saturdays, and music Friday and Saturday nights. Everyone meets at Feldman's, feldmansdeli.com.
I don't know. What does Disney do to their starlets, their young women starlets? They just...
What happened?
It's Miley Cyrus.
She's fine. She's a successful person.
Miley Cyrus says she has problems, and you know it.
I think Miley's doing great.
Child model turned actress and singer author Bella Thorne has announced she's going to direct a movie. Okay. A porno. My initial idea was to create a Christmas horror movie, said Bella Thorne, but instead
It went from that to that.
I made a beautiful ethereal movie, and it's rated X. Her porno, called Her and Him, explores the relationship between a male and female and his fight over dominance. Thorne says, adding that she was especially interested in showing how the film stars adult film actors, Abella Danger and Small Hands, could switch off between being dominant and submissive. Her and Him is a modernistic, sexually explicit Romeo and Juliet depiction of 2 star-crossed lovers who have unbridled sexual longing for each other. She's fine.
She's fine.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Salt Lake City mayor results are in. But what about your kids who loved Bella Thorne in whatever she was in, and now... I want to see what Bella Thorne's doing, Mom.
No.
Well, she's not in the movie,
No.
right?
No,
She's
she just
directing.
directed it.
Yeah.
Mayor's race.
Preliminary results made available by the Salt Lake County Clerk's Office show that Aaron Mendenhall has taken the lead, or is in the lead, in the Salt Lake City mayoral race. As of 8:22 last night, Aaron Mendenhall had 23.78% of the vote. Jim DeBacchus, 21.67. Luz Escamilla, 21.18%. And then comes David Garbett, David Ibarra, Stan Penfold, Rainier Huck, and Richard Goldberger. It looks as though it'll be Aaron Mendenhall and Jim DeBacchus.
But it's not official yet.
It's pretty... They're still counting some votes and things like that, but the county clerk has not said, yep, there it is, in stone. A man was shot and killed at an apartment complex in Mill Creek overnight. The incident happened about 2 o'clock this morning, 3900 South, 700 West, the Sunnyvale Apartments. Police said they have a gunman in custody and the suspected weapon in their possession. Relationship between the shooter and the victim, who was in 30s, is unknown at this time. Neither person had been identified as of the writing of that story. The man accused of killing 23-year-old University of Utah student Mackenzie Lueck back in June has now been charged with additional crimes, that being possession of child pornography. Ayoola Ajayi, charged with 19 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor after investigators seized a computer during the investigation into Lueck's death and found the images on the computer. Let's see. Crews have dismantled and taken down the landmark Rio Grande Railroad sign.
That makes me
Oh, really?
sad.
Yeah.
Oh,
A landmark that welcomed rail travelers to Salt
Oh.
Lake for decades came down Monday to make room for a renovated new sign. Crews used a massive crane to bring the Rio Grande Depot's neon sign and its scaffolding in one unit to the street.
there it is at x96.com/live. That is sad.
What
Oh,
are they
well.
going to do with it?
Officials at the Utah Department of Heritage and Arts, whose offices are housed in the state-owned depot, announced in July the sign would be replaced by a double-sided one to be erected in October. The new sign will face both east and west, welcoming visitors from I-15 and Salt Lake City Intermodal Hub.
Ooh.
Um,
They better
the
put that up somewhere else. I hate
the
when
old
they
sign,
take these
the old sign
signs
suffered from maintenance issues for years. Spare parts were no longer available at a reasonable price.
You're just going to throw it away?
I don't know. Doesn't say.
Hate
But
that.
my guess is that's what they'll do with it. So this is fascinating. Facial recognition technology. They're really depending a lot on this more and more. Well, a picture of every California state legislator was run through a facial recognition program that matches facial images to a database of 25,000 criminal mugshots. And the American Civil Liberties Union says 26 of the legislators were flagged as criminals.
Wow.
Meaning it doesn't work?
None of the 26 are criminals.
Oh,
It
I was
doesn't work.
Yeah.
going to say maybe it really works well.
Yeah. No. The ACLU announced the results of its test, pressing for a passage of a bill to ban the technology in police body cameras. The experiment reinforces the fact that facial recognition software is not ready to be used, let alone for use in body cameras worn by law enforcement. And James Gandolfini's son, who said he had not watched The Sopranos ever
Well, he was pretty little.
until he was approached by creator David Chase about potentially stepping into the role of young Tony Soprano for the upcoming prequel, the movie The Many Saints of Newark. Speaking to Esquire, the 20-year-old was playing his first role in another HBO drama, The Deuce, when he got a call from Chase about the project. Now, he was 14 when his father died of a heart attack in Italy. I think he was with him, as I recall, in Italy. And he said, so I'd never watched a minute of The Sopranos even. The hardest part of the whole process was watching the show for the first time. It was intense because I had to watch this guy who created the role to look for mannerisms, voice, all those things I would have to echo. But then also, I saw my father.
Yeah.
And I think of what made it so hard. That's what made it so hard. What I had to do. I had to do it alone. Just sitting alone in my dark apartment, watching my dad all the time. It was just crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, it would be pretty sad, wouldn't it? But
There's the gratitude I was looking for.
I don't know when. I'm not sure when that movie's coming out. 2020, sometime 2020.
Yeah.
The Many Saints of Newark.
All right. Weather, traffic.
A little bit warmer today, 94 for a high. Traffic, we've got a crash southbound I-15 at 200 North in Kaysville. Looks like a car spun off into the grass on the right shoulder. There's some delays that were already in place in that area. Got a crash northbound I-15, 123rd South in Draper. Crash northbound I-15, 32nd South in South Salt Lake. Crash northbound I-15, 115th South. And 5600 West is closed at 8 South, both directions. That's caused some massive issues this morning. Also, tour of Utah Stage 2, Brigham City to Powder Mountain. If that's part of your commute area, you might want to go to the Tour of Utah website to see the map and the times when they'll be coming through, because you will not be able to get through when that's happening. That's traffic.
Here's boner candidate number 3. The helter-skelter in our cathedral is not a gimmick. I had to check and make sure this wasn't a joke. A historic cathedral in England has installed a giant indoor fairground slide.
What?
Supposedly so that visitors can see the roof up close. The 50-foot-high ride, known in Britain as a helter-skelter, was unveiled on Thursday at Norwich Cathedral, a 900-year-old cathedral in England. It'll be open for the public to enjoy for 10 days.
There it is, x96.com/live.
The church,
It looks like a kind of a lit-up lighthouse-shaped thing with a slide around it.
completed in 1145, insists that the initiative is no gimmick. In fact, a clergyman says the idea came to him while he was visiting the Sistine Chapel at the Vatican. Well, I had the
Do they have a slide there?
I had the slightly risky thought of, I think this is amazing, but actually the ceiling at Norwich Cathedral is every bit as wonderful, and I would like people to be able to see it closely. And so you climb up this tower, you can look more closely at the ceiling, and then you come down the slide.
It's fun. Why is this a boner?
It's not a gimmick. Yes, it's a gimmick. Lying men of the cloth. This is no gimmick. The installation is set up in front of a large stained glass window. It's part of a program called Seeing It Differently.
We've got to find some way to get them to come back to church.
That's right.
It's a trick? Is that what you're
I
saying?
think that's what it is. It's a trick, and it's certainly a gimmick. Boner candidate number 3. The helter-skelter in our cathedral is not a gimmick.
All right, so let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. Weed Eater. I was the drummer for Weed Eater. The former drummer for Weed Eater, arrested for putting meth in his wife's rum. Boner candidate number 2. Give us your poor, your tired, your hungry Europeans only. The director of Immigration and Naturalization saying the Statue of Liberty poem refers to Europeans, to the white people. And boner candidate number 3, the helter-skelter in our cathedral is not a gimmick.
All right, here we go. This is round 1 of your boners. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. See, if it wins here, it's not boner of the day yet. It'll have to defeat the winner of round 2's voting. What? Yes, we do this again at 8:20 with 3 more candidates. So we take the winner of each round and put them both into the Boner Dome at 9:20 this morning. That's when Boner Fight happens. That's when you will decide Boner of the Day. So right now you're picking the champion for round 1. Here we go. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that number, that single digit, in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Or call 877-602-9696. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting, August 14, 2019, and vote there. You've got 300 seconds. Round 1. 8:05, time to award round one of your boners.
And round one of the boners is brought to you in part by a roast chicken with chimichurri.
Holy Toledo! It's Wednesday already? That's what Gracie's wants me to say.
Oh, okay.
Go celebrate at Gracie's. Play Geeks Who Drink Pub Trivia at 6:30, followed by Breaking Bingo at 8:30. Live music on the patio stage. Adults only.
So, boner candidate number one, only 8 people cared.
Really?
Weed Eater. I was the drummer for Weed Eater, you know.
Apparently, they have quite an entertaining Wikipedia page.
Oh, really?
Yes, one of the
Somebody looked him up?
one of the members of the band apparently shot his toe off while they were recording.
That's legend.
In the studio, he shot his toe off.
I put meth in my wife's rum. And boner candidate number 2, give us your poor, your tired, your hungry Europeans only. The Trump administration official, Ken Cuccinelli, acting director.
They're all acting.
Yeah, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service said that that poem on the Statue of Liberty, that's meant to Europeans. Not your African countries, not your Latin American countries. That's just for Europeans. And boner candidate number 3, you know, the helter-skelter in our cathedral is not a gimmick. There's a great picture I have here of some reverend coming down the slide. Whoopee! So that got a fair number of votes.
It did?
Yeah.
I thought this would be a runaway hit for number 2.
It is. I mean, but number 3 did get a fair number of votes, but running away with it ultimately is number 2. Give us your poor, your tired, your hungry Europeans.
Yeah, there you go. That's the winner of round one. It has secured a spot in Boner Dome. It might be Boner of the Day. Depends on what happens with round 2. Got 3 more candidates at 8:20 this morning. We'll get a winner there. We'll take both of those winners and put them against each other. Boner fight happens at 9:20. That's when you decide Boner of the Day. So stick around for about a half hour. We'll start with round 2.
So we're going to do another Not Safe for Work podcast coming up on the 8th of September, which hopefully our current one will be posted before we get to that one.
I've been told today is when
Yeah, that's what I heard
this
too.
one happens.
I've become short of temper about this. Although I haven't yelled, but I have become short of temper. We did it on Thursday. That thing should have been posted Friday morning, but it'll be up. And it's the Not Safe for Work podcast we did at the Point After bar in Murray.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't recall. I mean, I guess I do recall getting emotional, but I don't remember what it was about.
Well, you'll have to listen to the podcast.
Do you remember?
Well, it was just people saying they loved the show and...
Huh. I do kind of remember tearing up a little bit, but I guess I made somebody uncomfortable doing that. But we'd asked Doug Fabrizio to come
NPR Radio West.
come and be the Grand Inquisitor and ask us a bunch of questions, and he agreed immediately, which I was kind of surprised. I thought, well, maybe I don't know, that's not my milieu, but he hasn't been working on the radio. So we owe this podcast being posted to Doug, too, because he hasn't been on the radio. This is his chance to do some work.
This is why he took the summer off, was to get ready to interview us.
That's what it was.
And he heard we have reusable tote bags now.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, he came prepared with questions as he did his homework, and he was very well prepared, and he was great. He turned out to do a great job, and I kept meaning to let him know how much I liked what he did. So I texted him yesterday. Not the most personal way to do things, but, in this modern world where we're always in a hurry and I got too many damn things to do. So I just texted, Doug, I wanted to let you know how great you were at our mixer. Everyone loved you. And I think that's the case. When we introduced Doug, the crowd went wild.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, you were funny. You did your NPR Radio West role to perfection, and you've had a lot of practice at that. It'll be great to have you back doing a show on KUER again.
Sure.
Thanks a million. P.S. I want to let you know, I will let you know when the show is posted. It should have been done by now, but that's my cross to bear. And
You're still bearing that cross.
I am. It's heavy heavy lies the burden upon my shoulders. So a while later, he sent this back, and it's touching, I think. My pleasure. Always glad to be in your orbit. I love you guys.
Oh.
That could make me tear up again.
Oh.
Make me tear up again.
Thanks, Doug.
Doug is, he really is one of the nicest people you want to work with, certainly.
I've always enjoyed Radio West, and when it moved times to earlier,
To 9 o'clock from 11.
of
yeah.
course I can't listen to that because
Yeah.
we're doing this then, and I missed having it because I would listen to it
Yeah, I usually
during the
would-
lunch hour.
Yeah, I
and-
usually turn it over at 11 and listen to
Mm-hmm.
see who. And sometimes, I get, no, I don't want to hear. It's a lot of it's dependent on his guest. And I don't want to hear somebody sometimes talking about, the variety of butterflies in South America.
You hate butterflies?
No, I just don't want an hour of, butterflies in South America. Although usually when it's something like that, he'll try and break it up with different aspects. But
It's butterfly, polygamy, butterfly, Mormon history, butterfly.
no, it'll be butterfly, the environmental effect on butterflies, climate change, and
I love when he does the Mormon stuff, though.
yeah.
I'm fascinated by all history of the church and polygamy stories, and I always
Yeah, and he has done a lot of that.
I every time it's one of those.
So I know certain things about Radio West and what they're going to do with it, but I'm not at liberty to say. But
Bill hasn't even told us.
Yeah, I haven't. I
We
promised.
asked him off the air. He's like, "No, I promised."
And he won't tell us.
No.
But he will continue to tell us that he knows what's going on.
You know, I know.
Yeah, this has been the second time I've told you that. I don't really. Yeah. I do like to point out when you entrust a secret with me, it is safe. It's in a lockbox and doesn't come out.
Unless it's a movie spoiler.
I'm really getting tired, exceptionally tired, of you guys foisting that image on me because it's not true.
You foisted it on yourself.
I did not. It's not true. I spoil one lousy movie and they call you a cannibal. You eat one foot and they call you a cannibal.
Let's see. Trevin says, it was a great moment, Bill. The person who was uncomfortable needs to deal with their own issues.
I think that person was not.
I think they were
I think
kidding.
it was
I
a
think they were
compliment.
kidding.
Yeah, I think they were kidding.
They
too.
were kidding.
Yeah, it was just a really great, friendly crowd, and it's. I would like to, and as I said to Gina afterwards, I would kind of like to do a show or a get together with an unfriendly crowd sometime, just because it's like that guy who came up to me at Snowbird and said, I just want you to know, I'm a conservative, I'm right-wing, I disagree with your politics completely, and thoroughly enjoy listening to your show as much as I can. I listen almost every day to a big portion of it. And I said, well, that's nice. He said, because you guys are funny, and even most of the time when you get political, you find a way to make it funny in the long run. And he said, and I just enjoy it. And then he said, my wife, we've been married for a long time and we get along great. She's a liberal. She's a Democrat and a liberal.
See, I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you be married to somebody where you're that politically opposed.
I think
that would be very hard for me.
I think you do it's like what I do with my brother. That's just one aspect we never discuss.
But
Yeah, but that's
married?
your brother. That's
How often
well,
do you
I'm
see
talking
your
about
brother?
being married to somebody. I mean,
Well-
that's going into the first date.
Yeah.
I need to know these things, so I don't continue dating.
Well, hopefully there are many other things that you love about that person.
Well.
that it's like I had an English professor once. She was just a wonderful woman and a very cultured woman, and literature was her thing, and she was brilliant. And she was married to a guy who was just a kind of a laborer and I always thought that was odd. She said, "Oh, my husband doesn't care for any of this." Any of the literature and the poetry, and he just doesn't care for it. I said, is that a problem? And she says, no, I love him for
That's not
other
the same
qualities.
as political.
Yeah,
because the political thing seeps into all areas of your life.
Yeah.
If you
The
let it.
literary thing could be a separate thing.
If
but-
you let it. You don't have to let it, I don't think.
I think it says a lot about your character, and
Yeah.
I'm marrying your character. So politics and religion, those are deal breakers.
I know people who are of opposite religions, different religions, who get along just fine. No, my husband, he never goes to church, and he doesn't believe in any of that. But for me, it wouldn't work. But I think people.
I guess that's what I'm saying.
think
The
people know
politics
how to
thing
make it
for
work.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think there are people who know how to make it work.
for me, it's politics, religion. Everything else, I think we can compromise on other things.
For
you
me,
know?
it's just simply looks. I don't care what you think, or it's just looks. That's all. As long as you look okay, I'm fine. I don't care what you believe.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I should have had our traffic music bed there.
What?
Sorry,
Oh,
I
what?
hit the wrong button.
That's okay. Okay, crash on westbound 90th South at 7th West. The right lane and shoulder are blocked, both westbound and southbound. Move to the left if you're encountering that. Crash southbound I-15 approaching the I-80 West 4 South exits. Cars are on the right shoulder. Traffic is backing toward Beck Street. Crash southbound I-15 200 north in Kaysville. Car spun off the road into the grass on the right. And Frontrunner's having some issues this morning. A southbound Frontrunner train is having door issues, so it might not be able to stop at your stop. So go to the UDOT website, or their Twitter feed is also a good place to get updates on the Frontrunner. Stage 2 of Tour of Utah taking place today. Brigham City, Powder Mountain. Go to the Tour of Utah website for the map and times.
All right, we got round 2 of your boners coming up. Also a list. Well, actually, dueling lists.
Dueling lists.
Stand by. We'll get to all of that. 23andme.com/X96. Be sure to do the /X96 to make sure that we get the credit for your visit. Thank you so much. DNA testing. This is, I've been going to, I did the DNA testing with 23andMe, and then they send you the results, and then they get that all in their computers, and you can go to their website and explore your DNA, and it'll tell you where your ancestors are from, but it also can give you a lot of genetic information about your health and traits. You can understand more about yourself and inform how you live your life going forward, because if you're putting together a health plan for yourself, this information might be helpful. The right data. Your health reports can give you insights about your DNA so you can build a health plan that is unique to you. You can understand your genetic predisposition to health conditions like type 2 diabetes, harmful blood clots, inherited high cholesterol, or hereditary breast or ovarian cancer. All that information is available to you. 23andMe reports do not diagnose disease or describe overall likelihood of developing any disease. 23andMe tests selected genetic variants only. Visit 23andMe.com/X96 for important test information. So order your health ancestry kit at 23andme.com/X96, and you can meet your genes and 125 personalized genetic reports. That's the number 23andme.com/X96. All right. Do we have
A giveaway?
Do we?
Yeah.
That's a giveaway.
A giveaway.
Oh.
2019 Fan X returns to the Salt Palace Convention Center September 5th through the 7th, featuring the best in geek and pop culture, including movies, television shows, gaming, sci-fi, fantasy, and more. You can purchase your tickets at fanxsaltlake.com, or you can win them from us, possibly. I'm going to give you a keyword, and you'll text it to 33986 for your chance to win a 4-pack of Thursday passes. The keyword is Batman. Batman, Batman. Text it to 33986.
All right. Thank you very much.
I still haven't talked to Doug about dueling list intro.
Oh, like this one?
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
All right, let's do it quick here.
Dueling lists.
Gina?
24 celebrities who lost all their money.
All right, and?
Now should I do the 23 most important characters in literature movies or 33 stars you forgot were on Friends?
You decide.
Okay, the 25 most important characters.
I would have went with the other one because there's a chance
Okay,
that
I'll do
people
that
on
one.
that list would be on Gina's list.
I'll do that one.
Let's find out.
Okay.
Okay, go Gina.
Michael Jackson reportedly $40 million in debt when he died unexpectedly in 2009.
We knew that.
Eric, played by Sean Penn in 2 episodes of Friends.
Still has his money.
Sean Penn.
Gina.
Nicolas Cage. He blew a $150 million fortune between 1996 and 2011 by buying things like dinosaur bones and castles
And a train.
and a train.
When she was just 10 years old, Dakota Fanning appeared on Friends.
Really?
Yes, in the season 10 episode, the one with Princess Consuela.
Okay. Dakota still has her
I
money.
think so.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. Now, he may be money, but he doesn't like paying the IRS. $22.2 million in debt to the IRS.
Okay.
Julia Roberts was on Friends.
That's right.
She played Susie Moss in 1 episode. She still has her money, though.
Still has her money.
I should have done the other list.
Mike Tyson earned $400 million over his career, but he was knocked down with $23 million debt in 2003. He declared bankruptcy, went to jail, went to rehab, and now he's selling pot and making money.
And solving mysteries.
Yes.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
On.
He was on Friends in, he played a character named Sandy, and he's dead, so he doesn't still have his money.
No, his dad is dead.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
Freddie
that's
Prinze
right.
Jr.
That's right.
Yeah.
He does voices for cartoons
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, okay.
Stephen Baldwin, the Jesus-y Baldwin.
Lost all of his money?
Yeah. Justin Bieber's father-in-law declared bankruptcy in 2009 after 6 years of not paying his mortgage.
Trying to find somebody who might have lost all their money. Gary Oldman was on
No.
Friends.
He was?
Yeah.
Oh.
He played an actor, Richard Crosby, in 2 episodes of Friends.
I didn't know that. Okay.
50 Cent,
Yes.
$32.5 million in debt caught up in lawsuits, including unpaid child support payments.
Okay.
Jennifer Coolidge was on Friends, playing a character named Amanda Buffamontese.
Jennifer Coolidge.
She's
Jennifer Coolidge.
Stifler's
We
mother.
both like
Oh,
soup.
Stifler. Oh, we both like soup. Yeah. Okay.
Ulysses S. Grant
Lost his money?
Was on
lost
Friends?
all of
Oh,
his money. Penniless.
Well,
Ulysses S.
Is
Grant.
it because it was Confederate money?
Maybe.
Maybe that was it.
Did you? No, Ulysses S. Grant was a Union
Oh,
soldier.
he was ours. That's right. Okay.
Did you know that Brad Pitt was on Friends?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
I did know that.
Okay.
Okay.
MC Hammer.
I knew that one.
$30 million he made. He lost it all. Bought a horse stable with 19 racehorses. Shouldn't have gone with
I
racehorses.
didn't know he
MC
was
Hammer.
interested in horses. That's the one thing I didn't know about that story.
Did you know that Winona Ryder was on Friends?
Yes.
I should have done the other list.
Dennis Rodman, famous basketball player.
Yes.
Said he could barely afford living expenses in 2012. His lawyers said he was penniless. He owed $800,000 in child support, but the lawyer said he couldn't pay it because he's, quote, broke and sick.
Winona Ryder was on Friends and kissed Phoebe. You forgot to mention that interesting
well-
fact. All right.
Selma Blair. She's really ill. Maybe she's losing all of her money. Isn't she really sick?
Yes, she
That's
is.
your my
Selma Blair. Well, I'm trying to find a comparable.
Kim Basinger once purchased a whole town.
I
She
remember
bought
that.
a town in Georgia. She paid $20 million for the town. It was the worst thing she ever did. She had to declare bankruptcy and sell the property.
Oh,
Don't buy a town.
Alec Baldwin was on Friends.
he was.
Yeah, he played Parker.
Parker.
He was in 2 episodes.
Dated-
A man who was dating Phoebe,
Oh, okay. I would have
And-
said Courtney Cox.
and he
but-
also goes with the gang on a trip to the Geller's anniversary party. And he gets he's a character who's irrationally happy about everything.
So the complete opposite of
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
right.
Marvin Gaye went bankrupt
Oh.
because he owed his ex-wife $600,000 in alimony.
And then getting killed didn't help any.
No.
I'm going to go to the other list.
All right.
What?
25 important characters from the past 25
Okay.
years.
Try to save it.
The Babadook
Very important character.
from the movie The Babadook.
All right. Yeah. I was wrong. You should have went with that list. Go.
Burt Reynolds lost all
All
of his money. $3.7 million loan to CBS declared bankruptcy in 1996. He was over $10 million in debt.
And Winona Ryder kissed Rachel, not Phoebe. Okay, that's hotter. Go.
The Rock,
The Rock?
one of the most 25
Yes.
important characters of the past 25 years.
Absolutely.
Meatloaf
Did lose
declared
all of his money.
bankruptcy. $80 million in lawsuits filed against Meatloaf.
Deserved because he's a Trumpkin. Go.
Omar Little from The Wire. Omar.
Oh, yes, Omar from The Wire.
Michael K. Williams.
This is an infinitely superior list
Yeah,
already.
I should have
Go.
gone with this one.
Willie Nelson, tax bill of
Oh.
$16.7 million.
Tragedy. Finish it out.
Sadness from the movie Inside Out.
Very important character.
From the Pixar movie Sadness, yes.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
Who won?
Dueling lists is confusing enough, but then switching your dueling list halfway
Yeah.
through, that's very confusing.
I
But
know.
still, the third list, the important
That's the
characters,
best list?
That's a pretty good list.
Well, now I want to know the rest of that list.
I'll give you the top 5
Quickly.
Hermione Granger from Harry Potter.
Yes.
Number 4, Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, Pikachu.
Okay.
Number 2, Donald Trump from The Apprentice.
Ooh.
And number 1, Carmela Soprano from The Sopranos.
You know, other than Trump, that's a great list.
Yeah.
That is a great list.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
That's from
5600,
Slate, by the way.
5600 West is now open at 8 South. Delays are clearing out northbound from the 201 freeway, but that was a mess all morning long till now. Crash westbound 90 South 7th West. The right lane and shoulder blocked, both westbound and southbound. Crash southbound I-15 approaching the I-80 West 4th South exits. Cars are off to the right and traffic is backing toward Beck Street. Crash southbound I-15 200 North in Kaysville. Crash northbound I-15 123rd South in Draper. And another one northbound I-15 142nd South in Draper. Snowbird's annual Oktoberfest is here. Enjoy classic German beer, food, music every Saturday and Sunday, including Labor Day through October 20th. Get all the details at snowbird.com.
The 25 most important characters of the past 25 years from Slate. I just tweeted that list at RFH Bill, if you're interested.
All right.
So, boners, round 2, here they are. Boner candidate number 1, just poop every other day. Boner candidate number 2, this isn't baby formula. And boner candidate number 3, it was to make sure that everything was clean.
All right, so round 2 of your boners, big boy news, all coming up. Stand by. Big O Tires.
The team you trust, Big O Tires. Yeah, bigotires.com. Sorry, I cut you off
You
there.
go to the .com one to find the one closest to you.
Yeah, there's you can narrow it in, and it'll say Salt Lake City, and then it'll give you coupons too that are specific to your Big O Tire stores in Salt Lake. So Big O Tires, locally owned and operated, 40 stores ranging from Logan to Richfield, and this year Big O is donating $30,000 to Shriners Hospitals for Children in Salt Lake. So join Big O Tires in this year's annual Walk for Love. It's September 21st at 9 a.m. You can register by the 23rd of August and save $5 with the promotion code EARLYBIRD. You can find out where the local walk is and how to enter by going lovetotherescue.com. and that's a Big O Tire sponsored thing. And remember, $100 off a set of 4 Big O brand tires now through August 25th. Go to the website, bigotires.com. They are the team you trust.
What if 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
And you will need that info for round 2 of your boner voting happening right now. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, funny human behavior. You'll decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. If it wins here, it'll go up against the winner of round 1's voting. We did that an hour ago. Boner fight happens at 9:20 this morning. That's when you decide boner of the day. Right now, you are picking the champion for round 2. Here we go. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive
Tickets to Squatter's 30th anniversary party, where we will be recording a Not Safe for Work podcast.
Here's boner candidate number 1. Just poop every other day. Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro has suggested that people should just poop every other day as a way to save the planet. His comment came in answer to a journalist who asked him how to combine agricultural development and protecting the environment. Senor Bolsonaro recently came under fire after official data showed an increase in deforestation in the Amazon. He then sacked the head of the agency that reported the increase, accusing it of lying about the problem's scale. Mr. Bolsonaro, his comment came after the journalist quoted reports saying deforestation and agriculture were responsible for a quarter of the planet's greenhouse gas, or greenhouse effect. It's enough to eat a little less. You talk about environmental pollution, it's enough to poop every other day. That will be better for the whole world, Mr. Bolsonaro said.
That's your answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Scientists say the Amazon has suffered loss at an accelerated rate since Mr. Bolsonaro took office in January with policies that favor development over conservation. Brazil's space agency data showed 88% increase in deforestation in June compared with the same month a year ago. It's the largest rainforest in the world.
Yeah.
The Amazon is a vital carbon store that slows down the pace of global warming. Official figures suggest that the biggest reason for felling trees there is to create new pastures for cattle.
Not toilet paper? I'm just
I'll
wondering
look-
if that's the angle he was...
Let me look into that, but no, I don't think so. That's how you can save the planet. You just poop every other day. Boner candidate number 1. He's their very own Donald Trump.
He is.
Boner candidate number 2. This isn't baby formula. People have to stop doing this stuff. Madeline Roquet says she bought some formula at a Walmart in Charlotte, North Carolina, and was shocked to discover that the baby formula she had purchased was actually flour.
Ugh.
That's
She
dangerous.
said her 9-month-old daughter, Adeline, was crying and vomiting and refusing her bottle. Yesterday, she was a completely different baby. I just knew something was wrong, Ms. Roquet said. In an effort to figure out the problem, she checked the baby formula she had purchased from Walmart. I looked at the milk and I realized something is definitely weird here. The color is different and the texture is different, she said. She let the mixture stand. So it's a powder that you mix up with water.
Mm-hmm.
She let the mixture stand and noticed that it had separated after a while, which baby formula does not do. And then when I poured the bottle into the sink, I saw how it got. That's when it hit me. I saw how it clumped up, and I'm like, oh my God, my daughter's stomach is just the same or worse. She came to the conclusion that the formula was actually flour and notified Walmart about the incident. There have been several recent instances where baby formula has been swapped for flour and returned to the shelves.
Because it's so expensive.
Including by an Arizona couple who
Flour's
was arrested
cheap.
last month.
So
Walmart told
can of baby formula is like $35.
Is it really?
Yeah. So they're probably selling it.
Or it's just for their baby that they can't afford to feed.
Store policy is not to put returned items back on the shelves to be sold, and they're investigating how that happened. Boner candidate number 2. This isn't baby formula. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Well, it was to make sure that everything in there was clean.
All right, boner candidate number 3 for round 2. Coming up after this, big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by.
Stop by the Gateway and see what's new. Dine at Cheddar Burger. Enjoy a cocktail at the Lounge by Wise Guys or a Seabird cocktail at Vinyl Lounge. The Gateway is your entertainment destination. New spots opening all summer. See what's new at shopthegateway.com.
Well, get ready for it.
What?
It's going to sweep the nation.
What?
The Cosmic Crisp.
What?
Is this a
I'm
food-
telling you.
A food
Yep,
item?
This is going to be the next big thing. California Sunday Magazine recently profiled an apple. Yes, an apple
Okay,
that will disrupt the entire industry.
I'm looking forward to this.
It's a worthwhile read as the article explains the diversity and complex nature of the apple industry and how one new breed, in this case, the Cosmic Crisp, can change everything. The Cosmic Crisp is the design of a guy named Bruce Barrett, the head of the apple breeding program at Washington State University. In 1997, he crossbred the Enterprise apple. There's so many different
There's
varieties.
too many.
The
Carrie,
Enterprise
that should
apple.
be your favorite apple.
What, the Enterprise?
Yeah.
No.
No?
Good. Now, the Enterprise is
Honey
good.
Crisp.
Oh, okay.
Well, the Enterprise is good for long storage, late ripening, and long lifetime. And he has crossbred it with the Honeycrisp.
Oh.
He has thus
Ow.
created the Cosmic Crisp,
Hence cosmic.
an apple with creamy white flesh, high density, so it even feels heavy in your hand, and has a flavor that is pleasant and a bit more sweet than zing, according to the California Sunday Magazine.
I'll try it.
In fact, the Cosmic Crisp apple has a marketing push behind it. Not only does the apple have a distinct name, which came after test eaters noticed how there were so many pores on the skin that it reminded people of the stars of the Milky Way galaxy. But it also has a $10.9 million marketing budget to help push it into your grocery cart. Packers, for the first time, will leave their own logos off of the boxes to further the primacy of the overall Cosmic Crisp brand, according to California Sunday Magazine. There is a Cosmic Crisp website, which has a wealth of information about the new apple, including where you can find it, what it tastes like, and explanations about all of its aspects. And then there's also a movie trailer for the apple. It really is. I like apples a lot, but I don't eat them in the summer. I wait till apple season, September. The apples that are in the store now, they're okay, but they're ones that have been in storage for a long time, and but
A slice of apple and a bit of peanut butter. Oh, I
just like eating them in hand, and and Honey Crisps are great.
Honey Crisps are my favorite.
But I go for others. They're in the store this past year and the last couple of years. There's been one called an Opal, which is a green apple, and it's not sour. It's sweet, and I've really enjoyed those. They're kind of mild taste apple. Well, it looks like
Apple Jack.
and I like. There are a lot of different apples I like.
Why'd you guys talk for 5 minutes about
I
apples?
can't. They're talking about apples.
Apples
Who cares
for
about
5
apples?
minutes?
You know I'll tell you the one apple that everybody, the Red Delicious apple.
Those are terrible
They're
apples.
terrible.
Toy on the
Red Delicious?
Yeah,
No.
they look like an apple should look.
They're mealy,
but they're
and
awful. Yeah.
mushy. And
Partial ballot results Tuesday in Salt Lake City's hotly contested, crowded mayoral race, and they show that a Granny Smith apple has won.
People are going to get angry and turn off the show. I have reams and reams and reams of notes. It needs to be better.
What's that?
It's our
from?
consultant.
Our consultant.
Yeah. Let's see. Salt Lake City Councilwoman Erin Mendenhall is in the lead. Jim DeBackus second, and Luz Escamilla fighting for third. Well, fighting for second, and they're so close that the votes could boost her into second place. It's probably going to remain Mendenhall number one. It's interesting too. She's quite impressive. I met a guy yesterday. I went to record a new episode of the Let's Go Eat show, which is the podcast I do, and I've been doing it over at the Daily, 222 South Main Street. It's a place owned by Ryan Lauder, who does the Copper Onion. And I just went in and sat down, and I was talking to the manager, Dickie, the manager, and before Dick Clark got there with the equipment, and a guy turned around and said, hey, you're the guy who does that Let's Go Eat Show podcast, aren't you? I recognize your voice from that. He has no idea about the Radio from Hell show, but he listens to the podcast, and he said, I really liked your interviews with the mayoral candidates. And he said to me, Erin Mendenhall came off really well in those interviews.
In your interview.
That you did. She did. She was very good, and she's very personable, and but I'm still surprised that she seemed to have swept into the number one spot. I would have thought that.
I think people probably thought, well, Jim will be in there for sure, so we'll vote for who we want to go up against Jim.
So it'll be either Jim against Erin Mendenhall or Luz Escamilla against Mendenhall. I'm kind of thinking it'll be Jim DeBacchus. Utah, this guy up in Logan, Alex Whipple, has pleaded guilty to some of the charges filed against him in connection with the murder and rape of his 5-year-old niece, Elizabeth Shelley. You remember that horrible case. Preliminary hearing on Tuesday quickly turned into an announcement of a plea deal in exchange for pleading guilty to aggravated murder, kidnapping, and rape. The other charges were dismissed. The state of Utah will not seek the death penalty because rather than he's pled to a crime that will keep him in prison, I believe, for the rest of his life. No parole. And that okay, yeah, it saves a lot of expense for one thing, and the chance that things could go wrong. I mean, they probably wouldn't, but the chance that he could, they wouldn't have gone wrong. But
Sports weather.
Oh, go ahead.
Sports weather traffic.
You know Moochie's for authentic Philly cheesesteaks and handmade meatballs, but did you know they offer catering and delivery? Moochie's, downtown Midvale, Lehigh, and South Salt Lake. Tonight, RSL takes on Seattle Sounders at 8 p.m. In tight Western Conference. Tonight's game will be key for the playoff positioning. Tickets, you can get them for as low as $20. Go to rsl.com for that. Weather, nice, warm today, 94 for a high. Traffic, we've got, let's see, crash eastbound SR 201 9th West in Salt Lake. Crash SR 198 at 84 South. This is in Spanish Fork. Crash northbound I-15 142nd South in Draper. Also northbound I-15 123rd South. So a couple of different issues there. 5600 West is now open at 8 South. Delays are clearing out northbound from the 201 freeway. And front of the program says 7th East is reduced to one lane starting at 33rd South until I-80. Lots of slowing and merging. Thank you for sending that in via text at 33986.
All right. Here's boner candidate number 3. It was to make sure that everything was clean in there. A man is facing voyeurism charges after a video camera was discovered in the bathroom of a San Diego flight last May. Chun Ping Lee, a Malaysian national, was arrested and charged with video voyeurism within the special maritime and territorial jurisdiction of the United States. Court documents reveal on May 5, a passenger on United Airlines Flight 646 from San Diego to Houston discovered a blue light flashing in the first-class restroom. The woman took the device to the flight crew, who in turn brought it to officials at George Bush International Airport. Security at the airport confirmed that the device was a video recording device. Officials reviewed the device's footage to discover it had recorded a man installing it in the bathroom. Airport surveillance connected the man's clothing with footage of him boarding the plane on departure and leaving when it arrived in Texas. Investigators said that they also found footage on the device from another flight where at least 2 women were captured on camera aboard an Emirates flight. Mr. Lee works for Halliburton, which provided FBI investigators with Mr. Lee's travel itinerary and footage of him wearing the same jewelry as seen in the surveillance video as well. And Halliburton, of course, has released a statement. Well, we're cooperating with the. But Boner candidate number 3. Listen, I put it in there to make sure everything was clean.
All right, boner candidate number 3. There you go. Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Number 1, poop every other day. That's the advice of the president of Brazil. He says that'll protect the environment if you just poop every other day. Boner candidate number 2, this isn't baby formula. North Carolina mother said her child got sick after baby formula she bought turned out to be flour. And boner candidate number 3, it was to make sure everything was clean in there.
All right, there you go. You've got to decide, of all 3 of these candidates, which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. If it wins here, it goes up against the winner of round 1's voting. We did that an hour ago. We'll take both of our winners and throw them into Boner Dome. They'll duke it out for supremacy. You will decide boner of the day with Boner Fight at 9:20. Right now, you're picking the champion for round 2. 2 candidates. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Remember the candidate number that you want to win. Put that number in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Or you can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting, August 14, 2019, and vote there. You've got less than 300 seconds to do it. This is round 2. Here we go. Diamonds Direct.
You know.
Yes?
You know what's great about Diamonds Direct?
Their
Their-
lots of things.
Well, their lifetime warranty is one of the things, and we haven't mentioned that for a while. There's this no gotcha clause. There's no gotcha clause in it. There's no fine print. It's the best warranty in jewelry. So with every purchase of Diamonds Direct, you get free lifetime service, and that means sizing. You know, if you lose weight or gain weight, they'll size it for you. Cleaning, repairs, rhodium plating, and even if,
I need to have that done.
yeah, even if you accidentally gets it knocked out, side accent diamond, Diamonds Direct will replace that side diamond at no charge. Diamonds Direct. There are other jewelry stores that claim to have a similar warranty, but there's a lot of fine print. For example, at other places, you have to bring your ring in every 6 months and have it inspected, or the warranty is void. Well, not at Diamonds Direct. They just don't do that. Guaranteed best value prices, largest selection of diamonds in the area. Diamonds Direct, 6400 South across from the Fashion Place Mall.
When Carrie 3986.
We got things that must go coming up next, but right now let's award your boner for round 2.
And it's brought to you in part by Caprese Salad.
And X96 proud to be a part of Squatters' 30th anniversary event at Squatters on September 8th. Purchase your tickets now at squatters30.eventbrite.com, or there's a link on our website, or maybe you won some from us just now.
We had boner candidate number 1, poop every other day. That's Jair Bolsonaro, who he's the president of Brazil, and that's his advice about how to save the environment.
Mm-hmm.
Don't eat so much, poop every other day.
There you go.
Boner candidate number 2, this isn't baby formula. It's a woman was buying what she thought was baby formula, and it turned out to be flour, and her baby got sick. And boner candidate number 3, well, was to make sure everything was clean in there. The guy who put a hidden camera in a bathroom on a plane, and he filmed himself installing it. It was not a good idea.
You got to turn it on.
And then, let's see, Jeffrey won some Squatters tickets, and the winner by a huge margin, boner candidate number 2, this isn't baby formula.
All right. I can tell this is going to be a good boner fight coming up at 9:20. We're taking both of our champions, the winners of each round, and throwing them into Boner Dome. 9:20 is when you will decide boner of the day. All right. Things that must go, brought to you by.
Upon qualification, buy a new home with New Dwello's Gift of Equity rebate and credit program. That's $28,124 in down payment assistance for those who qualify for the purchase of a new home. Text the word money to 62687.
Things that must go on the radio.
Things that are bugging you, things that you can't stand anymore, please get them out of my life, you think. Maybe if you write your things that must go down on an email and send it to us and we read it on the radio, it'll help. Maybe they'll disappear, or maybe it'll just make you feel better. I'll begin today. I got a couple of my own. I think I've mentioned these before, but baby, I don't want to eat baby anything. I don't want to eat
carrots?
baby lettuce, baby carrots.
Oh, baby lettuces are great.
I don't want to eat baby arugula, baby romaine.
Why not?
Because it has the word baby in it.
But
I don't want to eat
they're
it. Tender.
tender.
Okay, tender romaine, new romaine, fresh. I don't want to eat anything that has the word baby in it. Well, maybe a Baby Ruth candy bar, but that'd be about it. And then I still don't get this. I'm listening a couple of days ago to a guy on KSL interviewing Jim DeBacchus.
Mm-hmm.
DeBacchus.
He's
Jim
been around a long
DeBacchus.
time.
Yes.
And he continually says DeBacchus.
It's not
Yeah.
his name.
Well, we're talking with Jim DeBacchus.
And
Why
Jim's-
do they do
And
this?
Jim's too nice to say it's DeBacchus.
Yeah, I mean, I
'Cause
guess
that's how he says his name.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's no point in him correcting the guy. But the guy is a newspaper man. He's an editor at a major newspaper.
I don't.
Jim DeBacchus. And I've heard other people do that too. And I just
All right.
Anyway, this one from Please Don't Use My Name. Just a few things that must go. My husband's grandmother bringing up politics in the middle of family scripture study.
Ugh.
And then she mentions the grandmother's name, so I won't do
Don't,
that.
yeah.
Granny, there is a time and place, and scripture study is not the time or place. Plus, it's rude and embarrassing to single me out and call me misguided to my face for being a liberal. That brings up another thing that must go. When people start saying, not to offend you, or don't take this the wrong way, but, and then proceed to insult you in your beliefs in some way. Saying those things don't instantly absolve you or make you say, okay, finally, my brother-in-law coming downstairs as I'm getting out of the shower.
Wow.
Flashing my husband's returned missionary brother is the last thing I ever want to do. Please take away this mortifying memory and never let it happen again. Thank you so much. This one, hello. My thing that must go are broken ice machines that don't make any more ice. How am I supposed to cool my drink in the hot summer? And this one, please don't use my name. Things that must go, over-reliance on the computerized world. I was traveling out of the country and had just arrived at an international airport to return to the USA. The airline printed my boarding pass but neglected to realize that the computer had inadvertently printed my title, Ms., in the middle name section of the ticket. This caused my ticket to appear as though my name was Jane Sally Ms. Doe. Of course, this did not match my passport.
Yeah.
Instead of just reprinting my ticket at the desk, the agent just sort of shrugged and said, I'll have to call United's customer service head office to fix the problem. Subsequently, I endured 4 hours of back and forth nonsense, which caused me to miss my flight and also my connecting flight. And the resolution was they reprinted my ticket at the desk.
And took way longer than it needed.
All right. Gary?
Jeez. Well, the first one's just a little peek into the trials and tribulations that are my wife and I.
You do this every week, and it's bringing me down,
I'm
man.
sorry. It's just, but things that must go. Suzanne, my wife, found a thermos that she really likes.
Yeah.
And we have to share the ice. And the ice machine, it's not making enough ice fast enough.
Yeah, that poor
Because
woman.
we both love cold water, and so
You guys have
we don't have enough ice.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Okay.
rough go.
Yeah.
Also, you know that loose string on your clothes? You pull it and it starts to unravel
Yeah.
everything? It's just the worst. All right, let's get on to this one from... it does not say that I can use the name, so I'm not going to. Good morning, lords and lady. My thing that must go is the apparent sofa sale that resulted in every neighborhood throughout our city throwing out their old sofas at the curb. Oh, you put a free sign on it. Great. I'll take that couch now that it's been sitting outside the past few weeks, rained on, peed on, etc.
Gross.
Stop holding out hope that someone is going to take it. Just find somewhere to donate or a service that picks them up, something. Lastly, thing that must go, Bill tearing up at the mixer. I was uncomfortable, and I felt like my father was crying. I almost panicked and pulled the fire alarm because I was several drinks in.
Sorry.
Thanks for letting me listen.
There were the feels at the,
Yes.
at the mixer.
I forgot that. What did I tear up about? I don't even remember.
Well, if we get the podcast
Yeah,
posted,
if we ever get it posted, we'll find
we
out.
can listen.
I've been promised it will be up today. This one from Easy Milo.
Easy, Milo.
I'm tired of idiot drivers. I'm a truck driver, and by law, I'm supposed to be the one in the farthest right lane, and I'm only allowed to go 65 miles an hour. It's annoying when people are merging on the freeway from the right and don't pay attention to the highway and speed up to the speed of the freeway late. They decide to catch up to the speed late, and then they end up in the emergency lane or get mad at me because I can't give them a chance to merge. They didn't take their chance to speed up and merge on the freeway. I'm pulling 80,000 pounds of weight, and non-commercial vehicles can speed up faster than I can. I'm not allowed to slow down or stop because traffic behind me will hit my trailer. That would be my fault. People, pay attention and put your phone down. Speed up to pace on the not on the freeway, but on the ramp.
Yeah.
That's what it's for. You're supposed to get up to speed on the ramp so that you hit the freeway at speed. All right. Thank you, Milo. This one from Biff. List of gym-related things that must go. People who talk on their phone while on the treadmill. This is especially bad when I can hear you over the music in my headphones. There are multiple signs in the gym asking you to please take cell phone calls in the lobby. I really don't care about your family drama or your hot stock tip. I'm just trying to get my cardio in. People who hog machines. There are only a couple of the shoulder presses, and I just want to get one set in, but I can't because you've been sitting on it for at least 20 minutes. I understand you want to do multiple sets, but maybe think about going to another machine for a minute so everyone else can get theirs in. And finally, gym bros with short guy syndrome. We all know the type. They're 5'7" or under. So they have to compensate by doing max reps and mad dogging everyone else in the gym, bro. I don't care how much you can bench, man. I just want to get my workout in. Thanks, Biff.
Gina?
Greetings and salutations, lords and lady, longtime listener, first-time things that must goer. My wife's car troubles must go. She bought it in April, and after new brakes, suspension, radiator, most recently transmission, we now suspect the steering needs work done. I think you should have taken it to our friends at Excel Automotive Repair before you bought it. That's just a suggestion. Many thanks, Michael. He also says, also my company dragging their feet, not giving me my bonus check. Please work your magic for me. Give Mike his bonus. This from Please Don't Use My Name. Thank you for letting me listen, and y'all make my day brighter with your humor and intelligent commentary daily. It is my hope to meet you all someday. I'm a 40-something married mother of 4-year-old boy and girl twins, and here are some twin things that must go. People telling me I look tired.
Oh,
Yes, I'm tired. I'm raising twins. I haven't had a decent night's sleep since before I was pregnant. I'll most likely never have a decent night's sleep again because I'm a parent and I will always be concerned about their welfare even when they're adults. Saying something like that automatically puts you in the douchebag category, and I am fantasizing about throat punching you. Also, the comment, you must have your hands full. Yes, I do. People having the gall to ask me if my twins are, quote, natural. Well, they're not robots. I believe the proper term would be spontaneous, and it's none of your hugging business. People stating that they too know someone who has a multiple. I find this information isn't useful or informative to my survival as a mother of multiples. Wrangling my toddlers in the parking lot or grocery store is not the best time to have this discussion with me, especially when my kids are having an epic meltdown because I took too long running my errands. I know for the most part these intentions of these questions or comments are innocent merely for conversation, but they're bothersome to me and other parents of multiples. Please use your influence to spread awareness. I would greatly appreciate it. Finally, this. Good morning, lords and lady. My thing that must go is going through the drive-thru and the worker hands me a drink of soda with it running down the sides and spilling over the lid. Can't you see this as you're handing me the drink? Believe it or not, I don't enjoy having sticky drink spilled inside my car on a regular basis. Thank you for letting me listen to your quality programming for the past 18 years.
Quality.
Thank you for making everything I hate disappear. Carrie Geek Show says, hey, Bill, make mine a double. And Gina, you just keep being you.
Things that must go.
all right. It's 8:57, KXRK Provo. Corey's concert and community calendar coming up next. Oh, look, UtahAdvocates.com.
Yes, indeed. If you've been in an accident, this is who you should get a hold of after you get things squared away a little bit.
Yeah, you've been injured, and you go see your doctor, and then the medical bills start rolling in. Don't you deal with that. Get the advocates involved early.
Don't let the insurance companies push you around because they'll try to. And you don't make any deals with them until you talk to the advocates. You can call them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 801-355-5550, or you can go to UtahAdvocates.com, and there's a chat feature there, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. You can, and they don't charge you any money unless they take your case and get you a settlement. So that's what you want to do. They will work for you so you can just focus on getting better, and they'll deal with the insurance company. That's the big thing.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to talk to them.
No. The sooner you call, the better. Oftentimes, insurance companies are recording your calls and can try to minimize your settlement. So give them advocates a call, 801-355-5550 or UtahAdvocates.com.
have to excuse me because I have to use the bathroom.
Potty break song. Boys Don't Cry because we'll be talking about that in a moment.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. All right. Is this sponsored?
Brought to you by Live Nation, live in Bush at USANA with Our Lady Peace, October 12th. Tickets on sale at Smith Tix or go to livenation.com.
Here he is. It's Corey O'Brien. He does the... he's on right after us. That's right.
Yeah.
Right around the corner.
You see him every day, Bill.
That's right. And that's what he does now. And he's also does music here, and he does the community and concert calendar. And so take it away. Tell us what's happening.
All right, tonight at Red Butte, Lord Huron. Don't know why I'm talking about it. It's sold out, but, try anyway. That's what I always say. You're going to get a lot of use out of your cosplay this year. Not only FanX around the corner next month, but the Davis County Fair kicks off today. They encourage you to wear your favorite superhero costume this year while you're eating your funnel cake.
Okay.
So that's going on through the weekend. Thursday, I think what Carrie was hitting at with that song, Lost 80s Live, the Sandy Amphitheater.
All right, now listen to this lineup.
You don't have it memorized? I thought you were going to go for it. All right.
No.
A Flock of Seagulls.
Okay.
Wang Chung. The Vapors. Turning Japanese, like that. Boys Don't Cry. The Escape Club. There we go. Real Life. Farrington and Man.
That's a big show.
That's a big show for people of a certain age.
Well, they are serving beer there now
Oh, they are. Well,
at Sandy Amphitheater. They do have beer sales.
The reason they have so many bands on that bill is that they only have about 2.5 songs each in them.
I was going to say,
And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Boys Don't Cry will come out and do that song, I Want to Be a Cowboy, for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It'll be an extended remix, and then they'll go, thank you, everybody.
And then they'll be tired and have to go backstage.
That's all people want to hear are the hits.
Yeah.
They'll just play the hits and move on.
Funny.
That's what DJs normally do, but
I know, right?
We're going to see it live. SLC Busker Fest 2019 happening this weekend. It starts in Regent Street Thursday. They'll have jugglers. It's like kind of a celebration of vaudeville sort of entertainment.
Okay.
So on Main Street,
Street
you'll have-
entertainment.
Yeah, street entertainment. You'll have some musicians, some jugglers, probably a few mimes.
So people
Probably
are
going
busking.
to happen.
They're
busking.
busking,
They
yeah.
are busking.
Okay.
Skip that one. Friday, Fanagram and Bob Moses will be at the Ogden Amphitheater. It's a great show for Ogden Twilight. They got 4 more shows after that. A lot of shows up in Ogden this year. The 10th Annual Utah Beer Festival will be going on at the State Fair Park, so you can check that out. Oktoberfest, of course, kicks off at Snowbird on Friday. You'll be up there Friday morning broadcasting live. Saturday, any of you spend any time at Confetti's?
Long time ago.
Back in the day,
Are they having a reunion?
At Area 51, they are having a Confetti Reunion 2019. And I just threw a picture of Robert Smith because it just seems
Yeah,
like
that
so-
works.
so-
Was that a trolley?
Where was Confetti? I
I think it was Trolley
wee
Square.
bit before my time.
I think
A
it
wee
was.
bit.
I don't remember, honestly. I only went a couple of
It
times.
was like Woodstock.
Yeah.
We think it was there. We're not quite sure if anybody was
Yeah.
actually there. Nitro World Games will be at the Utah Motorsports Campus. Sunday, you've got the Ride for Fallen Officers. That gets going at Timpanogos Harley. And then Tuesday, rounded out, 311 Dirty Heads and Dreamers will be at USANA for White Reggae Fest 2019.
Pretty good.
There you go.
All right.
Pretty
Thank
solid.
you very
It
much.
was a sugar house.
Sugar House.
Dance
Yeah,
club.
yeah. Oh, I know where it was. Okay.
You can get all of that information by texting the word events to 33986, or you can go to x96.com. It's there usually by noon on Wednesday. Thanks,
there.
Corey.
I
Thanks.
was there on 21st South. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that. All right, thank you very much. We got Boner Fight coming up after these messages to determine who is Boner of the Day. Also, a reasonable amount of news. And some anime bonsai tickets to give away.
Yep.
We'll do that coming up. Stand by for all of that. All right, HasterGames.com. That's the website. But they want you to go down there, 6831 South State. They're open most of the time. I mean, they're 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday, noon to 5 on Sundays. They encourage you to come in and try the games out. They have like a library of 300 different games. You can just open it up and sit down and play, or you can ask them to show you how to play. They are in Midvale. Now, coming up this month, Cthulhu Bob at Haster is very excited because it's the H.P. Lovecraft birthday sale
Yes, I'm very excited.
to celebrate the creator of Cthulhu, the Cthulhu mythos.
Yes.
They're having a 5-day sale on specific store items. On his actual birthday, August 20th, cake will be served because, well, how else are you going to celebrate?
Oh, Cthulhu loves cake.
That's right. 25% off original price of any Cthulhu-themed game. 50% off original price on any Game of Thrones-themed game. That's a good thing. 30% off original price Pathfinder First Edition. Includes hardback books and campaign books. That excludes the pocket books, sorry. 25% off original price of all living card games, LCG. And special deal, all comics. This is a great deal. 5 cents each.
And cake.
And cake. And on August 23rd, it's the release of Commander 2019 pre-orders. For that are available at HasterGames.com. They will buy your used games as long as they're in decent condition and have all the pieces. 6831 South State, Haster Games.
Be a part of the Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
Remember that info. You will need it here in about 6 minutes or so for Boner Fight to determine Boner of the Day. Right now, how about a reasonable amount of news brought to you by
$500 off furnace and air conditioner replacement. That's a hail of a deal. Get comfortable. Stay comfortable with Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Call 801-264-HAIL.
So, better get ready for this.
What?
Prepare yourselves.
What?
This is the wave of the future.
What?
A South African company is promoting sustainable protein alternatives
Nope.
with a pop-up restaurant serving only foods derived from insects.
Nope.
The Insect Experience, a pop-up located at the Good Food Hall in Cape Town, features only menu items that use various edible insects as sources of protein. The pop-up is operated by Gourmet Grub, a company founded by food scientist Leah Bessa and her partners. The company offers Ento milk, which is a milk alternative from a black soldier fly,
Nope.
which is a very difficult animal to milk. They have little teeny tiny teats. As well as dairy-free ice cream made from that milk. Also, they say we wanted to sort of try and create a viable protein alternative that's sustainable and ethical and could really create a positive change going into the future, and also feed Gina's children who will starve without this
They're on
in the
their
future.
own for protein.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's going to happen. The UN Food and Agriculture Organization recognizes more than 1,900 insect species as being edible and good sources, sometimes excellent sources, of protein. Detectives are investigating Washington Terrace up there just kind of south of Ogden after two men delivering newspapers said a man confronted them and started firing several shots into the ground on Wednesday morning. This morning, I guess. Lieutenant Courtney Ryan of Weber County Sheriff's Office said there were several 911 calls about shots fired around 5:30 this morning near 5th South 500 West in Washington Terrace. That's right by where I used to live in the Terrace. Ryan said two men were in the neighborhood delivering newspapers for the Standard Examiner when a man pulled up behind them in a vehicle and got out. The men told police that the man then asked them what they were doing in the area, didn't like the answer, "We're delivering papers," and proceeded to fire 7 shots into the ground.
He hates those papers.
Well, he's just trying to put a bullet in the newspaper industry for the final time. Detectives are investigating the incident. They don't know why this happened, and nobody is pressing.
Nobody reads papers anymore. I'm suspicious.
So, Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Things are getting pretty dicey in Hong Kong. There were pretty violent confrontation between protesters and police at the airport. And satellite photos have shown what appear to be armored personnel carriers and other vehicles belonging to China's paramilitary People's Armed Police parked in a sports complex in the city of Shenzhen in what some have interpreted as a threat from China to use increased force against pro-democracy protesters across the border in Hong Kong.
I was going to say, it's not even satellite photos. They put out a video.
We're here.
We're here and we're gathering. You may want to rethink this.
Chinese state media have said only that the exercises have been planned beforehand and were not directly related to the unrest in Hong Kong, although they came shortly after the central government in Beijing had said the protests were beginning to show the sprouts of terrorism.
And these guys feel empowered, China and Russia, because they know Trump's not going to do anything.
The measure being praised as a life-saving law, putting the state of Illinois on the right side of history. Starting next year, Illinois public schools will be required by law to include LGBTQ history in their curriculums.
Oh, nice.
Well, yeah.
No, not
but
nice.
Not everybody thinks so.
Of course.
Not everyone will think so, and sometimes I wonder if it's not better to not make big announcements about it, maybe just do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. The measure stipulates that students must study the roles and contributions of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people in the history of this country and of this state. The bill also includes similar mandates for African American history and that of various other groups, including Polish, Irish, Italian, Hispanic, and Asian Americans.
It's just good to know all that stuff.
Sure, but
You know?
It's part of our history.
Yes.
And it'll cause trouble. You can guarantee it. A fugitive in Germany has been nabbed thanks to the help of angry wasps.
Angry wasps?
Oldenburg police in Germany said that the unusual sting operation took place Monday after officers tried to arrest a 32-year-old man to serve an outstanding 11-month custodial sentence. The suspect, whose name was not released, fled from police, jumped from a balcony straight into a wasp's nest. The irate insects attacked the man, prompting him to run into the street. Officers tried to apprehend him there, only to be attacked by the wasps themselves. The suspect managed to break free, but with the wasps in hot pursuit, he chose to jump into an inflatable pool where he was arrested. Because the wasps, you know. And let's see, finally, this story. The George Pub and Grill in County Durham.
Okay.
This is, over there.
Ireland?
Has recently reopened its doors following a fire earlier in the year. And the business is back with a bang, launching a brand new burger challenge for customers.
A burger challenge.
Called the Big Ben Number 10. The £28.95 dish, so that's a lot of money for this burger, features a stack of 10 burgers.
There it is.
Why?
X96.com/live.
Why?
Smothered in cheese.
Why?
And to make things even meatier, each layer is topped with bacon. There's also a side of chips or fries.
Okay, Bill, there's a happy medium between the bug protein and the 10 burgers. Somewhere in the middle there is
I thought you would
reasonable
applaud.
meat
I would think you would
consumption.
applaud this. The whole thing weighs in at a massive 1.5 kilograms. It's about 12,000 calories, 5 times more than your daily recommended intake.
Yeah.
And so if that's not crazy enough, you can also add extra onion and bacon and cheese to the challenge. And the bar says that so this is the George Pub and Grill says, we will pay up to $500 of money towards a headstone if you happen to die while eating the Big Ben Number 10.
That's the challenge.
Yeah, right there. So if you die, we will pay for part of your burial
That
expenses.
doesn't help.
Fair enough.
Gina,
It's Boner Fight.
it's what's called an advertising gimmick. Gina. That's what
It's Boner Fight. With Radio from Hell on X96.
I think you've worked in this business long enough to recognize that. All right, we had boner candidate number 1 going up against number 2, so 7 o'clock hour winner against 8 o'clock hour winner. Number 1 is, give us your poor, your tired, your hungry Europeans only who are yearning to be free. The Ken Cuccinelli, the acting director of the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service, said that poem on the Statue of Liberty, that Emma Lazarus poem, that poem, by the way, was commissioned and done to raise money to build the Statue of Liberty. But it says, give us your poor, your tired. And he says, though, this refers to European people, not the people from South America, not the Africans. We want people who can come here, white people. He didn't quite say that out loud, but it's what he means. White people to come here, and we want white people who have money in their pockets to immigrate to America. And that's going up against number 2. This isn't baby formula. A woman who bought what she thought was baby formula, a can of powdered baby formula, mixed it up, turned out to be flour. It made her baby sick.
There you go. You've got to decide of these 2 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to be boner of the day? 1 or 2? Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that number, that single digit, in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Easy. You can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Fight August 14, 2019. If you don't see that box refresh, it should appear. All right, here you go. You got 300 seconds. Let's do it. It's boner of the day.
Start your workday at 10 a.m. Jackson, Bill Allred, Gina Barberi. Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, time to award Boner of the Day.
And it's brought to you in part by roast chicken with chimichurri sauce and a caprese salad.
And October 18th through the 20th, experience Anime Bonsai's 15th anniversary. Anime Bonsai is Utah's premier family-friendly, all-inclusive anime and Japanese culture convention. Get discounted tickets now at animebonsai.org.
Boner candidate number 1. Give us your poor, you're tired, you're hungry. Europeans only. We don't want the people from the African countries, the S-hole countries, coming here. We want people who already have money and can stand on their own 2 feet, and they really should be white. That's what the Trump official who runs immigration says. And Boner candidate number 2, this isn't baby formula. Say a woman who bought formula, what she thought was powdered baby formula for her child, and mixed it up with the water, made the kid sick. She later determined it was flour. Somebody had substituted it, put it back on the shelves. And I don't know who won.
You don't know?
No, I have not. Let me look and see here. Let me look.
I want number 1 to win, but I'm betting number 2 won.
Here it is. There it's come. No?
No?
Karen? Number
Yes?
1 by a gigantic margin.
Really?
Yeah, give us your poor, you're tired, you're hungry Europeans.
All right.
Huge margin.
That is the winner of Boner of the Day for August 14, 2019. Now eligible for Boner of the Week. That'll be decided on Friday.
Dave Matthews Band is coming to USANA Amphitheater on Tuesday, August 27th. Tickets are on sale at smithtix.com, or maybe you'll win some from us right now. I'm going to give you a keyword, and you will text it to 33986 for your chance to win. The keyword is monkey. MONKEY, monkey. Text that to 33986.
All right. Let's see.
What's up?
I don't know.
Let's see, tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow's only Thursday.
Yeah.
So it's Friday. We'll be doing our show at Snowbird.
But tomorrow you're doing something exciting, Bill, up at Snowbird. Are you not?
Tomorrow afternoon. Yeah. Now I haven't followed up on it specifically, but Brian Brown, who does a public relations for Snowbird, called me. I can't remember if it was Monday or the end of last week, and said
It was Friday because he called me as well.
Oh, right. And he said, we're going to be doing helicopter tours during the summers.
So they have had the helicopter skiing, of course,
Yeah.
that you can do. So it's.
And he said, would you like to go on a little helicopter ride? We're going to kind of do a little preview of what the sort of helicopter tour that people can go on. And I said, sure. And so he says 4 o'clock Thursday afternoon. And I assume it's still on. I'll get a hold of him today and make sure it's all firm.
You better let him know so he can get the pilot and everything.
Well, I told him I'd do it. I just want to make sure that he's all ready to go.
But then we'll spend the night up there Thursday night and do our show from a brand new restaurant up at Snowbird.
It's in the Cliff Lodge. It's where the Mexican restaurant used to be.
It's called 71. I was just looking at pictures of it. You won't recognize it.
Really? Do you have one?
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I'll pull it up, but
I'm just curious.
It's
Yeah.
called 71, and the only thing that was on there was a dinner menu, right?
yes, I think for now it's just.
They're going to be
dinner,
doing. I
but-
know in the ads we've been doing, they say they will be serving 3 meals a day there. So I wonder what that'll do to the what's the little one in the bottom there?
It'll be different. The
No,
atrium. Here,
the
Carrie.
atrium. The atrium.
Carrie, you want to see this?
Yeah.
And that's usually only open for breakfast.
Yeah, I won't.
Wow.
It's totally different. huh?
Are we sure that that's where El Shinate
Yeah.
was? Because wow, that's completely different.
Yeah, right at the bottom of the Cliff Lodge.
That's a major remodel.
And you know what they have there? I was looking at the menu.
What do they have, Gina?
Well, for dessert, I just skipped right to that. S'more sundae.
S'mores.
Warm
Sundae.
apple brown Betty.
Mm-hmm.
A bourbon shake for you, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Creamsicle float, Carrie. You want a creamsicle float?
I would love a creamsicle float. Actually,
Awesome.
that sounds great.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be there.
Do you know graham crackers were originally intended to be a health food?
Well, they were intended to help women who had hysteria.
Mm-hmm. Do they? And wasn't it Kellogg who? Was it Kellogg? Oh no, it was somebody named Graham. Actually, that's right. And they, but at about that same time, when Kellogg was doing all of his nutty stuff. So it's kind of I just think it's interesting that it's a health food and you love them so much on a s'more.
It's not a health food. It was meant to be a health food.
Well, it is.
Maybe I'm hysterical, Bill. Maybe that's why I enjoy the s'more so much.
I don't think there's any maybe about it. I like s'more. I like s'mores once, just one.
Just one?
So you never want s'more, is what you're
yeah,
saying.
I only want one.
So you want smuff.
Yeah, that's enough. Snuff.
Snuff.
I don't like s'more. You want s'more? No.
Snuff.
One snuff.
I smell a Utah word of the day brewing here somewhere.
Yeah, one is snuff.
Actually, I have a request for Utah word for next week.
Okay, don't tell me.
All right.
Tell me off the air.
Okay.
We want to keep it a
you
secret.
don't want to show your cards on that one.
Yeah, geez. I mean, the surprise of the Utah word of the day once a week is
Part of the fun.
We've got to remember to rerun those, put them on the schedule.
Oh yeah.
We didn't do it yesterday, and if I'm going to write them and we're going to do them, then by God we're going to rerun them later in the show.
Do we have that
It's always available.
We have the Radio from Hell Best of podcast. Is it on there? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Remind people they can go find those.
Send me the number. We can play it in the next break if you want.
Oh yeah, we got it.
We don't.
She might
if she has it.
I think she does. She ran to the computer.
You got 5 minutes. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back. BigOTires.com. BigOTire.com.
Yeah, Big O Tire. It's Big O Tires.
Tires with an S. Okay.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, BigOTires.com. The team you trust.
I don't go to the website that often because I know right where my Big O Tires is.
Yeah, and it's pretty interesting. They get to know your car so well. In my case, both of my cars, that my wife went down there this week, and she never goes in. I'm usually the one who takes the car, but I was busy on Monday, so she went down there, and they oh, hi. Yeah, what's the problem? She's got a nail in the tire. Yeah, we'll take care of that. How come you're still married to that guy? You must be a saint, they said. They knew who it was. So Big O Tires, right now, stop into any Big O Tire and save $100 off a set of 4 Big O Tires now through the 25th. And don't forget, they have no credit needed financing at Big O Tires. And there are more than tires there. There are air conditionings, brake checks, alignments, all of that stuff. Coupons on the websites. Go to that website and find the store near you, BigOTires.com.
This is Radio from Hell on X96.
All right.
Kind of a nice little
Still trying to figure out why Hawaiian music other than
Hawaiian
I
guitar.
was married in
married
Hawaii.
to Hawaii. That's all I can figure. But
It's nice.
all right. Let's see. Well, we found the yesterday's Utah word of the day,
Oh, good.
if you'd like it. Do you need to throw a sponsor on this or anything?
Yeah, why don't I do that while we're here?
All right.
Brought to you by the Honda Giant, Stockton 12 Honda in Sandy. Find your Honda at stockton12honda.com.
All right.
It's often said that people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day, and today's word is...
Plain. 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 Now, to use the word in a sentence, those two Gabby Utah boys, LeVar and LeGrand, let's see how the word plain fits into their conversation today.
Well, hey there, LeVar. You going to the show at the Westerner this weekend?
Well, I don't rightly know, LeGrand. I've been going to line dance lessons and couples country swing lessons there almost every night. I'm just tuckered. I need a break from the Westerner. Problem is, my wife loves it there. You know, neither one of us drinks, but we do like the dance lessons, and the wife really likes the fried pickles and the cheese sticks.
Yeah. I myself am a fan of the Westerner's cowboy chili. You know, they serve it with saltines. Yeah, saltines make that cowboy chili extra special. I order that and a big old frosty mug of Dad's root beer to chase it down my throat. I could eat that chili every night.
It is gall darn good, that cowboy chili. I think it's because they put extra cowboy in it. But as I was explaining, I've been to the Westerner too many nights this month. I need a break.
Well, you're not going to want to stay home when I tell you who's coming to the Westerner this weekend. It's a band you really love. It's a band that'll make you want to put them dance lessons to good use. They'll have you scooting your boot, I'll tell you. You will surely boot, scoot, boogie when I tell you who it is, and when I tell you that I already got you a couple of tickets on me, so's we can double date.
All right. Don't keep me in suspenders anymore. Just tell me, who's playing at the Westerner? Maybe when I hear who's playing, I'll change my mind about going, but right now I'm plain tuckered out and I don't feel like doing nothing. But tell me, what band is playing?
Colt 46.
Colt 46. You're kidding me, right?
Nope.
Colt 46 is playing?
Yep, I kid you not.
You know I love them. Last time they was on tour, I went to see them. They was playing in Denver, Colorado.
Well, I remember that. Did you drive out?
Nope. Took the plane.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah word of the day.
And scene. There you go.
All right.
I mean, okay.
What?
So, you know,
It was a fine one.
I write in sketches. We used to do it all the time. Now, seldom. And I think the muscles have atrophied a little bit.
The sketch muscles?
They're short though. That's they have that one good virtue about them.
I'm going to say, you know, people who complain about them, I'm like, it's 2 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
Flip away and come back. I don't care.
It feels like 8, but 8 minutes. But now I see people are complaining already.
Yeah.
Doing that, I don't know. And that people used to complain that we didn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Why don't you do those anymore?
We can't win.
I know. We're losers. That's what we are. But.
All right, let's see. We have the promo. Let's do the promo and get out of here.
On Thursday's Radio from Hell show.
At 7 a.m., Beat Gina is happening, and it's all about a big music festival that happened 50 years ago.
But if you want to play, you have to offer a prize to Gina.
And Sean Means will be here at 7:45 with his movie reviews, including Honeyland and Good Buys.
I believe it's Good Boys.
Yes.
Oh, Good Boys, you're right.
But as always, there will be more for Thursday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
It says Good Buys there.
I know, but I believe
It's
good.
boys.
I think you are right. Yeah.
All right, that's good enough.
You want to redo it?
No.
No?
No,
All right.
that's fine.
Okay.
It's natural. It's
natural.
It's au naturel.
Let's see.
It shows that we're real people.
Is that how we show? Okay.
We've got all the business taken care of. I think so.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the sound in my head. That's that's my head right now.
I know. Me too.
There you go. I think we're good. All right. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
They're on their own for protein.
Corey is next.